Hey everybody, how you doing today? Jenny Tooley here. We're online just a few minutes early today. Why? Because I want everybody to be able to have a chance to find us. I know that some people are having a little bit of trouble getting to us, and I want to give everybody some time to settle in. So let's settle in. If you're already here, welcome. It's so good to see you. Tell me you're here so I can see you and know you're there. I'm not just talking to myself in a room with two little cats who are, of course, playing right now. So if you hear some crazy little kitties in the background, that's Toast and Sunny. So yeah, we will jump into the creative bubble in about 4 minutes. Just wanted to give everybody time to settle in. It's such a quick bubble during the lunchtime hour that it feels a little rushed. So this is like a little pre-show. We're just going to talk real quick about a few things. Creative life support services coming up. We've got Zoom bubbles on Tuesday nights, 8 to 9:30. Awesome time. I love the Facebook bubbles, but I also love the Zoom bubbles because I can actually see you guys and talk to you guys, and you guys can see each other, which is like really, really a great supportive place to be. We're also going to do on October 18th, Sunday, 2 3-hour bubbles back to back. If you do them together, it would be like a double bubble, like double your flavor, double your fun, right? So we're going to do that on Sunday, October 18th. That'll give you a nice long stretch so you can just luxuriate in a big old creative bubble bath. And I thought I'd just talk a little bit before we get started and move into our bubble at 12:15 about crazy makers. One of the great killers of my creativity and my productivity has been crazy makers. And crazy makers can be people, places, or things that are basically they're distractions. So if you know what I'm talking about, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up. Crazy makers. And crazy makers can be something that are either trying to get your attention and they're like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm a crisis. Here, let me create a crisis. I'm going to create a crisis. So you have to pay attention. Or they can be something that is already in my head. There doesn't even have to be anybody or anything out here being a crazy maker. It could be a core belief, or it could be, well, really a core belief that I have to take care of everybody, and if somebody's in crisis, I need to go help them. And of course, I'm going to be attracting all kinds of people who are in crisis with that kind of mindset, so there's always going to be somebody else and something else taking up the space, right? Those are crazy makers. It's really important to be able to acknowledge them and start to shut them down. And I noticed this week there was a crazy maker that I hadn't pinpointed yet, and it's auditions. So I've been a professional actor for 29 years. I've been to a lot of auditions. And I always have resentments around auditions, which is kind of crazy, right? Because that's the way I get work. I get work by going to an audition as an actor. And to have a resentment about that is problematic. Yes, Kitty's definitely playing in the background. But I realized this week that the reason I have them is a resentment against auditions is because they're crazy makers. They pop up. You maybe have 24 hours to do them, and they take over your whole life. So somebody shows up and they're like, hey, we have an audition for you. Here's 10 pages of sides. We need you to show up tomorrow with the full character by 2 o'clock and be ready to go and have everything memorized too, right? That's a crazy maker because what it does is it takes time. It blows out my entire day. It takes my life hostage. So this week I got an audition notice. I have a 5-finger death punch to decide how or when I'm going to go to an audition. I've talked about that on other podcasts and in other spaces. So you can go look for that, or you can ask me if you want to know more. Maybe I'll talk about it next week. But now I also have to add to that the 6th finger, which is COVID-19. So this audition I had this week, I had to think about all the things about whether I was going to do it. And you know what I decided to do? instead of giving it so much time, because it had already taken up at least 30 to 45 minutes of my day, right? And it could have taken a half a day or a day for me to even decide whether I was going to go to the audition. I decided I would do it after everything else on my list. So that next day, I went through my list of things I was going to do that day and put the audition at the end, and I did it. No big deal. And I think it was because I didn't let it take me hostage. My brain didn't get obsessed about it. I didn't keep moving on and on about the stupid audition, and I just did it. So hey, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, whatever. Here we go, you guys. Creative bubble time. I'm done talking. We got some people here. Creative bubble. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to set our goals. So, what is your goal today? You have about 20 minutes inside your creative bubble total. Try to make it an achievable goal. Today, my goal is I'm going to make a pinwheel. Usually I end up doing something techy, and today I'm going to do a purely fun, creative thing, and I'm going to make a pinwheel. So that's my goal, and I'll go ahead and write that in the comments in a bit. And then I'm going to set an intention. So the goal is what I'm going to do, and the intention is how I'm going to go about doing it. So I'm going to go about doing it by approaching it playfully. Now I want that intention to be really powerful so it can carry me. And let's put it in the present tense so that I'm already in it and it's not something I'm aiming for. So I am approaching it playfully. I think I'm going to change that. I'm approaching it with delight, right? Now that's still really long. Let's keep it simple. Simple, simple, simple. I'm going to bring it down. I am delighted. Like, that's powerful, right? I'm delighted. Woo! And how often am I really delighted? So I'm going to do... My intention is I'm delighted, and my goal is I'm going to make a pinwheel. So go ahead and put your goals into the comments. I'd love to see them. They're always inspiring to me. I love hearing other people's intentions. They really help me out too, and they'll help other people. And let's do our grounding moment before we go into our bubble. I know I need one. I'm a little bouncy today. Okay. So here we go. Wherever you are, whether you're standing, sitting, even if you're walking right now, you can still stay grounded, and that's incredibly important right now. There's so many things that want to draw us out and get us all whacked out right now, and we don't have to go there. We can stay grounded and centered. So feel your feet on the ground. Whatever body part is touching a surface, whether it's a chair, the floor, if you're still in bed, just really feel that. Become aware of it and become connected to it. Ultimately, whatever you're sitting on or standing on is connected to the earth. So see if you can find that core space where you are feeling grounded and centered and steady on the earth. The earth is there to support you. And let's get quiet. I know it doesn't happen on Facebook very often, but let's do it. And you can close your eyes if you're somewhere where that's appropriate. And just begin to be steady with your breath. Extend your breath in and out. And we're going to do a little exercise here you can do anywhere. Inhaling and exhaling. And this time I want you to inhale to the count of 4. And on the exhale, extend the exhale so that it's to the count of 8. That means your exhale is twice as long as your inhale. This is really powerful. Inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 8. And one more time. You may not be on track with me. That's totally fine. Everybody breathes differently. Inhale 4. And exhale 8. And at the bottom of that exhale, I want you just to release your breath to normal. And I want you to imagine that there's a bubble around you. And it can be any color, any size. The bigger the bubble, the better, because this is where you are. This is your space. This is your creative space. And nobody else gets to go into that creative space unless you ask them to. And in this space, you have everything you need. And if it's not already there, just imagine whatever it is that supports you, higher power, universe, whatever it is, just dropping in everything you need to be creative today and to maintain your space. And then open your eyes and get to creating, you guys. I'll see you in 20 minutes. I'm going to pop the timer up, and when we come to the bottom of the timer, we'll come back and check in and see how it went. Okay. Hey everybody, we are back. How did it go? This is the portion of our creative bubble where we support and encourage each other. Every creative bubble, no matter how long it is, goes around the same format. So no advising, no criticizing, just encouragement and support during this time. In the comments, if you want to let me know how it went for you. Tess is here with us today, and I love what she did as her goal. She's blending creative work with day job work to see what happens. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Tess. That's kind of what I did today. I said I was going to make a pinwheel and I did it. Oh my gosh. So here's my pinwheel. It actually even, it swirls. It's a huge pinwheel, you guys. But it will swirl. It does swirl. There we go. My pencil's a little too short. Oh my god, it's so big you can't even see it in the screen. So I did that, and I also did producer stuff. Who knew I could do all of that in 20 minutes? So yeah, if you would like to share how it went, just go ahead and comment. And let's also do this. We haven't done this in this bubble format before, and I think it's a really valuable, it's a valuable tool. It's to set an intention for the week. And we do this in our Tuesday night bubbles, and try to hold that intention throughout the week. My intention this week is kitty cat. She's meowing. My intention this week is I am being kind to myself, even the parts that frustrate me. Oh yeah. So if you have an intention you'd like to share for the week, I find that writing these things down and sharing them with other people is very helpful in holding ourselves accountable to what we say we're going to do. It's harder for them to slip away from us. So, Tess, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you got to enjoy your guitar for a few minutes between emails. That is awesome. I love that. It's a great way to just keep in touch with creativity. And I think it also keeps us motivated in our work day too. So I'm glad you got to do that. And I'm grateful that you came today, Tess. And anybody else who's out there. Join us for Bubbles on Tuesday nights. It's awesome. We have a great time. It's 8 to 9:30 Central Standard Time. We've also got more bubbles happening this month. We have an extra set of bubbles. It's going to be on Sunday, October 18th. And those bubbles will be 3 hours long each. You can do them back to back for double bubble, like a little mini retreat. Check that out at jennytooley.com. Tess has just shared an intention with us. It's to identify when I'm rushing, pinpoint what that is, and take a guitar break. Brilliant. I love it. Thank you for sharing that, Tess. All right. So what else do we got going on? Creative space. Yes. So if you'd like to support my work, or if I can help support your work, that's what the creative space is for. It's on my website, jennytooley.com. If you are a fan or want to be a patron of my work, I would I would so greatly appreciate that. You can do that on Patreon or on my website through the creative space. You're going to get a variety of little wonderful things for doing that, other than just my pure gratitude. Your support actually helps me be able to do what I do, whether it's doing things like creative life support services, or writing films, or books, or whatever creative work I'm doing. So you can join us there on patreon.com/jennytooley, or my website, jennytooley.com. And then if you're a creative who's looking for support, Creative Space, that's the place to go. I'm building it out slowly but surely. Creative life support services are happening. We've got creative bubbles like the one you're watching now, longer ones like I mentioned before, and creative retreats. And I'm going to start email programs in December. We're going to do, I haven't figured out exactly what to call it, but it's going to be a self-care advent calendar of emails. So you're going to get an email in your inbox every day from December 1st to December 25th that's got like creative self-care and support tips, and just little love bites. So that'll be super fun. All right, guys, it's been a great time here with you. I'm grateful to everybody. I love you bunches, and I'll see you next time.